Hi all. In last video, we have discussed about dynamic programming. What is dynamic programming and what are the characteristics of the dynamic programming and how we can identify a problem can be solved by using dynamic programming method. And we have also seen a simple example which can be solved in dynamic programming. Yeah, today we'll see other problem which also can be solved using dynamic programming method. So that is longest common subsequence. The problem is to find the length of longest subsequence present in given two sequences. So that means we will give two strings. So we need to find the longest common subsequence, the length of the longest common subsequence. So a subsequence, here a subsequence is a sequence, so that appears in the relative order, but not necessarily contiguous. So that means it can't be a continued string. So it can be anything, but the order should be match. So for example, if you see the subsequences of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it is like a subset. We can say like subset of a set. So we need to also see the subsequences of A, B, C, D, E, F, G are A, B, C, A, B, G, B, D, F, A, E, G, A, C, F, G. That means ABC, of course, ABC is in a continuous order, but like that is one of the subsequence. ABG, if you take ABG, they are in order but not continuous, like A, B, and G is somewhere else in the sequence. So BDF, like with the A itself, we can make many subsequences, and with starting B also, we can make many subsequences. So the problem here is we will be given two sequences. So we need to find longest. We need to find the length of the longest common subsequence. So for example, so that the two sequences here BIISPD, IZSGBUD, the longest common sequence in the both strings are ISPD. The length is 4. Likewise, in ABCDF and AHDF, is ADF. So if you see, ISBD matches ISBD. So this is the longest one. So A, D, F, ADF, which is the longest subsequence. So, okay, how can we solve this problem? Yeah, if you don't know anything about dynamic programming, or if you don't know anything, just we'll start. We should start with some brute force approach. Okay, what if you give this problem to any person, how it can be solved? Okay, so we will see the problem again. So what is our problem? So what the problem is to find the length of longest common subsequence. We'll divide the problem now. So the problem is, first we need to find the subsequences. Okay, so if you go by brute force approach, okay, what we have to do is we have to take the subsequences from the both strings. Okay, and then we need to match the common string in between among them from the both subsequences, and then we'll keep track like which is the longest one and which is the maximum number of characters or matches in the both common subsequences. Then we can take that one is the longest one. Okay, and then we can simply calculate the length. This is very brute force approach, but it has like exponential time complexity. So because what we are doing first generating subsequences. So to generate a subsequence from a string is like for one character. Okay, find the number of subsequence with the for example, our string length is 1 to n minus 1. So the number of combinations for the first element, like for B, it will be nc1. Second element nc2, Likewise, if you go NCN. Okay, so these many combinations we can derive. So that means, so we already know that NC0 plus NC1 plus so on and NCN is 2 power n. We can take out NC0 because we are not dealing with any empty set kind of thing. Like if you take subset example, so for every set there is a subset that is empty set, but we are not taking that as a subsequence here. So empty string is not a subsequence for the any sequence. So then we'll take non-empty sequences. So that's what we can take out that NC0. So now NC1 plus NC2 so on NCN equal to 2 power n minus 1. So these many subsequences we need to, we generated. Okay. So the string length is n, the subsequences are 2 power n minus 1 different possibilities. By the permutation combinations method, we arrived this one. Okay, so that means the complexity is like we need to track this all 2 power n minus 1 subsequences, so multiple times. So the n times we need to track, so that the order of that brute force approach is 2 power order into, O of n into 2 power n minus. Okay, yeah. But anyway, we found the solution. But if the sequence is the length is it's big, then it will be a problem. The complexity will go like exponentially, as we discussed. So the program performance will be very poor. Okay, so then what is the next approach? So the next approach, like as I mentioned in previous video, so the next approach, can we solve this by using recursive method? So by the way, we can slowly approaching the dynamic programming. First we need to identify, are there any common, are there any overlapping subproblem? First of all, are there any subproblems? And then we need to see that those subproblems are overlapping. That means, are we calculating multiple times the same same subproblem? And then we have to see the subproblem is an optimal structure. So that means, like, if you have the subproblems or like many subproblems, so then that will be not good. So that subproblem is also should have the optimal substructure. So if you have optimal substructure and then overlapping subproblems, then we can approach to dynamic programming. So here, so the idea is, okay, so for example, you are already calculated the length of common subsequent, the length of commons, the length of longest common subsequence up to this string. Like, so what I'm trying to say is, like, we need to assume something and then derive something. So the assumption here is, so you are now comparing the last character in both strings. So that you are doing. So that means you are already calculated the longest common subsequence up to before that string in the before that sequence in the both strings. So that's what your assumption. So if your last character in both strings matches, so that means, so you already computed, for example, the already computed longest common sequence is L, and as it's already matched, you can say the longest common subsequence for the both strings are L plus 1. Okay, so for example, if those are not matched, okay, so in other example, this F and S are not matched. Okay, so the assumption here is you already calculated the common subsequence length for all sequences up to this point. So that means you have already had some data before you are calculating, before you are comparing the last characters. So you need to, while you need to calculating the last character, while you need to comparing the last character, if both are same, you are simply taking the already calculated longest common subsequence plus 1 because this character is already matched. So if those are not matched, what you have to do is you have to compare the whole string from the first sequence and in the other string, you need to eliminate the last subsequence, last character from the other sequence, and you need to see the length of the common subsequence from these both strings. Okay, so that assume that is L1. Okay, and otherwise what it will happen, so now you are taking the old string from here and the subsequence of this one. So this is L1. So in other words, you need to take the old string from the second sequence, and then from the first sequence you need to take the sequence before the last character. So that also you already calculated. So that is L2. Okay, so that means by this time, when you are comparing the last character, you already had this one, L1 and L2. Okay, while you are populating the answer, you are just about to put the answer. Once you compare the last characters, that means you are able to put the answer. So that means by the time you already calculated lengths, you need to take the maximum of those students. Okay, so that will be the final answer. Okay, so max L1 L2, max of L1 L2 is your longest common subsequence. Okay, so but you may get doubt, what we didn't do nothing, we just compared the last character. But what we assumed here is we already calculated something. Okay, you just, that means what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to cut my problem, trying to short my problem. Okay, so see, so my original problem is BISBD and then IZSGBUD. Okay, so the assumption over here is I already calculated. Okay, so I'm comparing this D and D, so that means it is already, they are same. So what I simply do is I take BIISB and the length IZSGBU. Okay, so now my new problem is this one. Okay, my new problem is BIISB and IZSGBU. Okay, so here B and U are don't match. So that means, so what I need to do is I need to do, okay, I have the tree here. Okay, but a different example, that's okay. Okay, so this ABCDEF and AHGDFS. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to short my problem. Okay, so here just comparing F and S. Okay, those are not matched. So that means I need to take, as I mentioned now, I need to take the old string from the right side. Okay, and the string before that, by ignoring the last character ABCDE. Okay, and then the same way, like vice versa type, like we need to take the old character, old string sequence from the first string, and then by take the don't take the last character and take the old sequence from the right side. Okay, so we need to calculate the LCS of this one and then take the maximum of that one. That is our answer. So likewise, so again you need to cut the problem. Like you are doing ABCD, and then you can do ABC, and you can do AB, and then you can do A, and finally you arrive a stage you don't have a string itself. So that time, that is a base condition, then take the 0 value. So likewise, you are constructing a tree, and then now you started with the last character and with some assumption. So that assumption is filled when you are actually calculating the other sub problem. So while calculating the other sub problem, you are assuming something else. So that will be solved when you calculating that one. So likewise, you are assuming something and then calculating something. Likewise, when you get the string with the empty string, then you put the answer 0. So that means your all assumptions now have solution. So now as your all subproblems have solution, you get the main problem solution. Okay, I'll show the formula wise. Okay, so that means in this problem you see some subproblem. Okay, and that subproblem you are calculating multiple times. For example, so here see A, B, C, D, E of A, I mean this LC of these both is calculating here also. Okay, likewise, see, likewise you may calculate some redundant solution problems again, subproblems. So that means subproblems are overlapping, and those have optimal substructure. See, that optimal substructure is, okay, so for example, your input sequences are x and y with the m and n length. Okay, so when you have m and n length, so that means our sequences start from 0 to m minus 1, 0 to n minus 1 in the y. Okay, so for example, LCS we are trying to calculate this one, LCS of x comma y with a 0 to m minus 1 and y to n minus 1. Okay, so the recursive definition is, as I mentioned, first we try to match the last character, so which is x m minus 1 y n minus 1. Okay, if that is matches, okay, if that matches, so then what we do is we just add plus and then take the LCS of, okay, we can take LCS of the sequences before one character. Okay, so this m minus 2 n minus 2. Okay, so again if I want to calculate this LCS of this one, so again what I do, I'll try to match m minus 2 n minus 2. If they are match, again I'll add 1 plus LCS of m minus 3 n minus 3. Likewise I'll go up to 0. Okay, so that is one way of that. So if those are not match, okay, so if they don't match, so what I do is, so we'll take the LCS of the whole character string, whole subsequence from the first string. Okay, here whole character of the first string, and then in the other subsequence we'll ignore the last character and take the subsequence, I mean take the sequence and then calculate the LCS of that one. Likewise, in other words, take the whole string from the second sequence and then ignore the last character and take the sequence from the first string, calculate the LCS. So take the maximum of them, because so by this time our assumption is we already calculated the common subsequence. We are just trying to comparing the last character. When we are comparing the last character, we just see whether that matches. We just add the 1. We just add 1 to the already calculated longest common subsequence. So if they don't match, what we do is we take the maximum of the calculated one, which is before that character. So which is before that character means we need to take the maximum of from the both subsequences. Okay, that will be the maximum because the last character didn't match. Okay, so as I mentioned, like we need to calculate up to the point where we reach either the first sequence length is 0 or the second sequence length is 0. If anything is 0, we'll just simply return 0. So this is our recursion method. Like we already see that example. So if D and D matches, 1 plus this one. Here F and S doesn't match. Take the maximum of the whole subsequence from the first string and then ignoring the last character and take the sequence. calculate the LCS. Likewise, the whole substring of the second string, and then ignoring the last character and take the sequence and calculate the LCS, take the maximum of both. So that is our maximum longest common. That will be our longest common subsequence. Okay, well, so it has, what we did here is it has a overlapping subproblem and it has an optimal substructure. That means we can apply DP. So dynamic programming. Yeah, we can apply dynamic programming by using, yeah, we can apply memorization method or tabularization method, but the more appropriate one is the tabularization method. We can use the tabularization method. Yeah, before going to that, we can see the recursive program. Okay, so the recursive program here is, it is simple. Yeah, for every recursion program should have some base condition. Here our base condition is either M0 or N0. Okay, I will take the example. We'll see the example. Yeah, our sequences. STR1 is ABCDEF, STR2 is AHCDGFS. Okay, we'll just convert them into character array such that we can iterate on the characters array. So the length of first substring is M, the length of second substring is N. Okay, so we'll use this M and N and X and Y in the LCS. We just pass initially this M and N and LCS. Okay, so initially that will be passed. Okay, it is the base condition. I mean, if it is already arrived to the stage where a first sequence or the second sequence length is 0, will simply return 0. But first time what we do is, I mean, every time what we do is we'll take the last character. So that is nothing but M minus 1, N minus 1. We just try to compare them. So if they are matches, what we do is we just take the 1 plus, and then as we started x comma y comma m comma n, will pass x comma y comma m minus 1 comma n minus 1. We just decreased one thing, and then that means we ignored the last character from the both strings, and then passing that length, the new lengths. So when this recursion comes to the next time, what will happen is that will indirectly match that. Now the m is the old m minus 1, now the n is the old n minus 1. That means it will be m minus 2, n minus 2. Likewise, it will match like the way. Yeah, but if they don't match, yeah, if they don't match, what we do is we just ignore one character from the one string, second string, and then ignore the first one character from the, I mean, last character from the first string, and then pass and try to calculate both LCS and take the max value of them. So likewise, so this recursion function will recursive up to any one of the sequence length is 0. So by the time we should have the answer. So yeah, I'll simply run. There is nothing great writing. I mean, when you have writing recursion program, so recursion program should have a base condition, and we'll call the recursion based on the other conditions. We need to call the recursion again and again. So here we arrived with the two other conditions other than base condition. One is when last character matches, other is when last character don't match. So when last character matches, then we'll just put 1 plus of, again we calculate with the m minus 1 and n minus 1. And when last character doesn't match, so then we just take the maximum of like both substrings. Yeah, as mentioned here. So that's what we written here. This is, yeah, but the problem with the recursion is, as I mentioned, like for example, here this is calculating twice. So that we can avoid by having the dynamic programming approach. That is nothing but memorization or tabularization. So we'll see the tabularization now. Yeah, before going to tabularization, the time complexity of this program is, of course, 2 power n. This recursion program will call 2 power n times. Yeah, that's all recursion programs. Likewise, like the length of the tree is, so it is n, the length of the tree is 2 power n. So then see, sorry, the nodes of the tree is 2 power n, and then we'll just run this application, this program. Yeah, the length of LCS is 3 from this both strings. Okay, as I shown in the example. So this one is ADF and this is 3. Okay, so now we'll go to dynamic programming. Okay, so we'll just recap what we do is we found the substructure, optimal substructure and subproblems with the overlapping condition. That means we can go for dynamic programming. Yeah, see, yeah, problem has overlapping substructure property. So the recomputation of the same problem can be avoided by either using memorization or tabulation. So the tabulation method, okay. If you cleanly observe, what we are trying to do is we are trying to compute some things are repeatedly. So those things we can store in a table. Okay. So it is a, as I mentioned in the other video, the tabulation is a bottom-up approach. That means we need to calculate all subsequent LCS first and then store them in table. Okay. Okay. So we'll see the recursion tree again. If you go this recursion tree somewhere in the leaf, so what we need to calculate there is what we need to calculate there is LCS of A from the first and LCS of A from the second, something like that. First sequence and A from the second subsequence. Likewise, LCS of A and LCS of H from the second sequence. So likewise, we need to calculate them. So in the bottom-up approach, what we do is, so whatever we needed, we first calculate them and then store the results in the table and use them in the next calculation. So that is bottom-up approach. So for that, and in that way, we can iterate linearly. Okay, as we need to compare two sequences here, so we may need 2D table, two-dimensional table. Okay, so example here, so here we need to first calculate x comma y of 1 comma 1, that is nothing but in the both a and h, something like that. Okay, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1, something like that. You need to calculate all these LCSs and then store those values in the 2D table and then calculate the actual problem. Yeah, but the okay, so while calculating LCS of A comma A, so what we need to calculate? Okay, so for example, the leaf of the again LCS of A is LCS of empty string. Okay, empty string and A. Okay, so that LCS of empty string and A is the base condition, so that will be automatically 0. Okay, so that means for all 0 lengths, okay, if m is 0 or n is 0, the value is 0. If m is 0 or n is 0, like I can say n, m. So for all m0, this is 0. For all n0s, this is 0. That can be anything. So that means in the LCS, okay, LCS of empty and LCS of A, H, D, F, G, S. So whatever, that the common sequence is 0. Okay, so if you draw the whole this recursive tree, you may see all these subproblems in this tree. So this is again a base condition. So that means, so something we need to start up to populate the table. So that is this one. So that we can say the base condition, the starting point of the table. So with either m or 0, the value is 0. Okay, so I'll show how to draw a table and how to fill this data. Okay, yeah. So here, okay, in our example, so I'm trying to take BII SPD IGS G BUD. Okay, so we'll take this B. We'll take in the row BII SPD, the column IZ SZ BUD. Okay, so we need a table of, so for example, this is M and this is N length. So we need, okay, we need a table which can store m plus 1 into n plus 1. So because we are having this empty rows here, empty column here. Okay, so why do we need this one? As I mentioned, we need something to start up. So we need to something to start up. That is, if both are 0 0, if anything, if either of one is 0, it is 0. Okay, so we'll start filling up this one. Okay, so the known things are, we'll put zeros, 0 0 0 0 0, and then 0 0 0 0 0. Okay, 0. Yeah. Now, so as I mentioned, we need to calculate all subsequences. For example, we'll take I is a subsequence, and then take B is a subsequence from the other string. Okay, is I and B are same? No. Okay, so that means we'll simply populate the value when both are not same. What we have to do, according to our subproblems, if both are not same, we need to take the maximum value of this one and this one, maximum values of this both. Okay, so the maximum values of this both is 0 and 0. Okay, so now I and I matches. Okay, I and I matches. That means what we have to take, we have to take this value. Okay, so okay, again I'll show what is this. Okay, for example, so this is our M, so this is our N. Okay, so this will be nothing but m minus 1. So decrease this one. Okay, so this is nothing but m minus 1. Sorry, this is m. This is m minus 1. Need to represent in the m comma n fashion. This is m comma n minus 1. So this is m minus 1 comma n minus 1. So this is m minus 1 comma n. Okay, for first, yeah, I'm just showing for the first record. You can assume this one for all. Okay, yeah, I'll show for the first record and then we'll fill the data. You can assume for the others. Okay, so what is our thing? So when we are calculating these two subsequences, if they are same, what we need to do is we have to take the max, the already calculated LCS of m minus 1 comma n minus 1. So that is nothing but this one, and then plus 1. Okay, but here I and B don't match. So that means we need to take the maximum of LCS of m comma n minus 1 comma m minus 1 comma n. That means these two things, these two values, maximum of these two values. So here the maximum of these two values is 0. Okay. Now coming to the next one, I and I, yeah, they match. So that means we need to take the m. We need, sorry, yeah, for this, I mean, when you come here, for this is a m, and this will be again m minus 1 comma n minus 1. So we need to take the value of from the diagonal one plus 1. So that means 0 plus 1 1, and likewise. So then I and I matches. Okay, so the diagonal value is 0 and then plus 1. Okay, and then I and S doesn't match. So the maximum value of this both. Okay, so the maximum values of this both is 1. So then I and B doesn't match. The maximum values of both of this one is 1. Okay, so the come to here I and D. So the maximum doesn't match. Maximum value of 0 comma 1 is 1. Okay, so likewise come to next one. Okay, now take the Z and B doesn't match. Okay, 0. Okay, Z and I doesn't match, but the maximum value already calculated is 1. So then take the 1. Okay, so G and I doesn't match. The maximum value 1 of 1 is 1. So G and S doesn't match, but the maximum value of 1 and 1 is 1. And then C and B doesn't match. The maximum value of 1 and 1 is 1. And Z and T doesn't match. The maximum value of 1 is 1. Okay, so now, yeah, likewise, if you can fill all the things. Okay, so see, so we are in here. So S and I doesn't match. 1 1 1. When S and S matches, okay, so we need to take the value from here and add plus 1, that is 2. Okay, so and when you come here, we are already calculated the maximum value is 2. The maximum of this one and this one is 2 2 2. So likewise, when you come to here B, so B and B matches. So 2 plus 1 3. And when you come to here 3 and 2 value is, I mean, the maximum of 3 and 2 is 3. So likewise, come to here, this one D and D matches, and the value will be 4, and then our answer is also 4. The value which are going to store in the last position in the 2D array. So that is our value. Okay, so we can write a simple program to do this one. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll take S1, BIISPD, IGSBUD. Take same the character array, X comma Y, length M comma N. So LCS. So here we just call X comma Y comma M comma N, but not recursively. Yeah. So first we need a double dimensional array, as I mentioned, with M plus 1 and N plus 1. Why? Because we need to will need to start with something. So that means we need a double dimensional array to store to store one more row and one more column. So that's what we are going for M plus 1 and N plus 1. So those two rows will be populated with the 0. So that means like, so when you define like this all table will be populated 0, first thing. And then just start. Okay. So we need to iterate. Okay. Well, as it is 2-dimensional, we need to iterate like row and column. So we start with the row. Okay. And then while iterating each row in each column, so just see whether the row is 0 or j is, I mean, the column is 0. If anything is 0, we just populate it with the value 0. So that's what we did initially. So this 0 and 0 will be populated. Okay. Yeah, in the first iteration, this will be populated. Second iteration, this will be like in the second row of the first iteration, this will be populated like this. Okay. And then see if both are same. Okay. So as we are starting with the 0, okay, 0 is already populated. Then we can go for the actual one. So if both are same, so this xi comma minus 1 is nothing but, okay, so when I is 1, so x of 0, because our array start with the 0 index, so x of 0 and y of 0, if both are same, so in our case, so this I and b is not same, so then try to fill with the maximum of already calculated of I minus 1 comma j, I comma j minus 1. So that is nothing but, so by the time so the values will be taken from here, or this, okay. Yeah, likewise, we'll save the data and then we reuse the data, and finally, so we'll return the data, the value which is in the last position of the travel dimension array, which is nothing but the value. Okay, so that is the longest common subsequence. If you observe here, our time complexity will be, yeah, we are iterating and we are using two for loops, nested for loops. One is with m and other is n. So that means our time complexity is order of m comma n. And the space complexity also, we are using 2D dimensional array. So that means our space complexity also order of m comma n. Yeah, we can even try by reducing the space complexity. Okay, so that is nothing but 2n time, 2n of space complexity. That means like we can just define this kind of this one and then try to reuse already saved one. I mean, try to reuse the position which can be don't use in the future, that we can refill and then use the optimize the space. Yeah, for example, so somewhere you are here, okay, so that means you may not need these all things, right? Okay, so while you are calculating this one, you may need the values from this row or the above row and the before column. Okay, so that means the before rows and the before columns you can reuse the space, you can reuse. That way you can try this one by 2n times of the double dimension, but you need the double dimension, but you can reduce the space by reusing the already taken values. Yeah, so this is what I have. Like if you have any questions or doubts, you can comment. If you like it, please share with your friends, and you can also try. Yeah, here we just compute the longest, I mean, length of the longest common subsequence. You can even try to print what is the longest common subsequence here. Yeah, for example, so here, yeah, here this is the length is 3. Yeah, but the common subsequence is ADF, but our program is just calculating the length. Yeah, so now you can run this program. Yeah, it is simple. Yeah, once you come up with this one, the writing program is very simple. Okay, so the LCS is 4. Okay, yeah, this one, as we take this example, the LCS is 4 there. Yeah, yeah, we can see more problems on the dynamic programming. Yeah, thank you.